Here we go. And drop, we'll just take a few moments and just drop in to our body, right? After our day of running around or working or just doing things around the house, just come into the body. So we're just going to inhale, big deep inhale, and then exhale. I encourage you to make a big sigh sound or play with your exhale sound coming out of your mouth for just a few breaths so you can feel it resonate in your body, right? So, and if it helps you more to close your eyes, then feel free to do that. Maybe notice, if you will, where you feel that sound move in your body, okay? And then you can just open your eyes if you have them closed so that you can come into the present with me. And so sometimes that just settling, just for me, just for example, kind of helps me settle down into my pelvis a little more instead of kind of up into the shoulders and neck where I tend to end up going if I'm running around or too busy. So just feeling that kind of weight dropped down into the pelvis. And we'll just do a little bit more breath work. So we're going to inhale. Let's inhale all the way down into the feet. So I think we've done this a few times. You're going to, inhale and then exhale, kind of all the way down and kind of dropping some weight into the feet. So using that inhale breath to kind of prepare and fill up the lungs, and then exhale, gentle pressure down through the thighs and into the feet. So just sliding through the thighs, and you might start to feel some tingling in the feet. If you can feel your feet, you might really feel a little more solid groundedness with the feet into the ground, the floor, the earth. And we want to have that connection, whether we can feel our feet or not. We want to be able to have a sense that we have something to push against that helps support us, that helps lift us up. And so we want to use the ground as much as possible. Next, let's just bring some attention into the pelvis, the pelvic bowl. So we're gonna inhale, bring the inhale all the way down into the pelvis. So maybe, I like the image of water, I've used that before. Imagine maybe we're pouring water all the way down the spine and it's landing in the pelvis. And it just, again, it's another surface that's sort of, if we're sitting, it's sort of our ground in a way. So just feeling that weight of the water dropping down through the sit bones, kind of in between the sit bones to pubic bone, if you're able to have your pelvis in that position. So inhaling and feel the water go into every nook and cranny, and then exhaling, heavy pelvis, heavy base of our bowl there. And then we're going to move up into the low back, the waist, our corset. Okay. Our corset is a common Pilates term. And if you want, you can use your hands to kind of encourage this corset here. So our imaginary corset is going to come from the back body, from like the spine all the way around to the front. And so I'm never going to remember if I need to move back or forward, but I think I need to move back. So you're going to wrap this corset this way. You can use your hands to kind of wrap around the waist, and as we exhale. Yeah, and kind of drawing into the center, and you can start to get the sense of drawing belly button in towards the back of the waist, the back spine, and maybe it will help lengthen your spine if you have those muscles. And if you don't have those muscles, you imagine what it feels like. We love to use the imagination. Okay, so nice corset. So we want to keep that corset kind of just drawn together and lengthened, creating as much space between our hips and our ribs. And let's go ahead and then come into the rib cage area. So from kind of really underneath the armpits, but also underneath the collarbones, all the way down to the bottom of the ribs. Okay, we're going to inhale and just feel that expand and grow wide. And then exhale, you're going to feel those ribs draw together and funnel down towards the hips. And again, see if as you do that, see if you can grow the crown of the head up to the ceiling. Reach the crown of the head to the sky. So inhale, ribs open and they lift. And then exhale, they drop down. So, and if you want, again, you can use your hands to cue yourself. So hands on the rib cage, either like this, or you can kind of hug yourself. Or another little fun trick, if you have a TheraBand close by, which I think some of you might, it is, you can reach that TheraBand behind the rib cage, if you're able to do that. And make sure you keep it wide if you're doing this. You can also use it like a towel, a small bath towel, like a hotel towel that somehow left the hotel. So, and what I do is I cross the two front ends and I pull it taut, right? And then we inhale into that tight band, pushing the ribs into it. And then as you exhale, draw it a little tauter. And you can squeeze the shoulder blades back and down. So I'm gonna let you guys play with that a little bit. And I'm just gonna, let's see, I wanna see. So Leslie, make sure you have your TheraBand as wide as you can have it if you're using it. Because that way you're not like binding it, right? You're not like cinching yourself or cutting off your circulation. So it's just another fun way to really feel some rib cage movement, which is part of the breathing apparatus. So just one more breath like that. So yeah, good. So inhale, really pushing the ribs into the band, and then exhale, pulling the band a little tighter to close the ribs. Nice. Okay, moving on up just to underneath the collarbones now. So let's take the hand and kind of start at the sternum and just kind of slide your hand. You can slide it up the sternum and over to one collarbone and kind of have fingers on top of a collarbone and below the collarbone so that you really kind of feel the musculature above and below. And you can kind of just to bring attention into decongesting that area. I don't know if that's a word, but I just made it up. Okay, decongest it, eyes, that area. I love it. Okay, you like that? Okay, and you can even do a little self massage underneath the collarbones. Just again to kind of, that tissue I think can tend to adhere down. For me, I guess I will speak for. And you can even kind of do some little circles around where the collarbone inserts into the sternum. So we want that to be mobile, for our shoulders to be mobile. It feels good, but it also has a purpose. Good. And then we're going to go ahead and just broaden across those collarbones. So inhale, feel as if you can stretch the collarbones out into the two walls on either side of you. And then exhale, feel the shoulder blades just kind of start to glide down the rib cage towards your back hip pockets. And nice. Now let's go ahead and just, with our collarbones wide, we're just going to shrug our shoulders towards our ears, and then exhale, drop them down. So inhale straight up, and exhale, drop down. Yeah, just letting the weight of the world go. Good. This time, let's go straight up and then squeeze together and circle around back and down. So we'll inhale straight up, circle around back and down. And then you can start to round the shoulders forward and then back and down. So we just kind of get a full circle. And as you exhale and draw them back and down, you can still draw this corset together at the same time. And now let's reverse the circles. We're going to roll forward. Let's do 8 little roll forward. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, one shoulder at a time, up, back, and down. And then the other one, up, back, and down. And notice how when we move the shoulder blade back and down, we get that arm moving along with it. So let it go. You can even turn and look towards that shoulder, like you're looking over that shoulder. Nice. Okay, last one to each side there. And then keeping that nice open chest. Think of just open sternum, open chest. Think of lifting the heart, lifting the chest. And I think a lot of us kind of tend to dump forward. So lifting it. So maybe you might even feel in the back. So you're lifting in the front body, and the back body is going to kind of glide down a little bit. Just encourages that motion. Do you guys feel some of that? Cool. All right, so we're going to keep that, and let's just do some little head nods. So nodding the head, yes, yes. And as you nod the head, yes, you're thinking about the head's moving back on top of the spine, and then crown of the head is being drawn up towards the ceiling. So if you had someone behind you, they're pulling your hair back and then up. And you're kind of giving yourself a little bit of a double chin when you do that. And when you do it, keep your eyes at eye level, or at looking kind of straight out at the horizon, so that you're not really looking down yet. That kind of is more of a chin tuck as opposed to a head nod, right? So head nod. You feel the back of your neck stretch a little bit when you do that. Maybe that's what I feel, and that's what I look for. Sorry, my throat is really dry tonight. Okay, so we're gonna find that little head nod. So I might, Cynthia, so when I was watching you do your head nods, I felt like you were coming down really low. So maybe just think about keeping the chin parallel to the ground is another little tip when we kind of do our little head nod. And so we're going to do our head nod, and then we're going to rotate. Now we're going to turn and look over the right shoulder. Keep the left shoulder blade down and back. And then we'll come back to center. And we can inhale and turn and look over the left shoulder. Keep the right shoulder blade down and back. So it's anchored down and back to center. Awesome. This time we're going to, so anchor that left shoulder blade, turn and look over the right. Now with the eyes, really strain the eyeballs to look as far as you can to the right as you can without moving the shoulders. And then bring the eyes forward, but keep the head turned. And then eyes back again. And then eyes forward, and then let that bring your head around forward. So we'll do the same thing going to the left. I'm going to watch you guys. So turn your head to the left. And then eyes straining to look as far as you can. And when you're looking, maybe you get a little bit more. Yeah, and that's great, Amy, to even hang on to the edge of your chair. Good. And then rotate back. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Eyeballs come forward, but you keep your rotated head. Good. And then eyes can go backwards again. And then eyes forward and bring the head forward. It's like the eyes are moving the head. Okay. Again, we want to just check in with that head nod position and being clear that our head nod position is really our neutral head and neck position. So it's the posture we strive for. Okay, so let's just drop right ear to right shoulder. Good. And then up and over to the other side, left ear to left shoulder. And nice. And so let's bring the right hand on top of the head for a little bit more of a stretch. If this feels like it might be too much, then you can just stay with what we just did. But now right ear to right shoulder and reach the left hand towards your floor or towards the wheel. So down. And you can release it up. And then same side, let's just side bend again and look up and backwards. And releasing it up. And then side bend again, but now you're going to look down and like you're looking underneath into your armpit. So it kind of gets all these different little neck muscles. And we can release that guy. And then left hand over towards the right ear. So right hand is reaching down towards the floor and then just ear to shoulder. And release it up. Good. And then ear to shoulder and look up and behind you. So you might end up kind of rotating the hand around on the head too. That looks good, Lynn. And then back to center. And then side bend again and look like you're going to look towards the armpit on the right side. I'm just feeling all those little different places, maybe where the neck is stretched and coming back to center. Cool, cool. All right. So we're kind of just tapped into the whole body there. Let's go ahead now and do some bigger movements. We'll do a little cat-cow action. So you can have your hands on your thighs or your knees or on the edge of your chair. And we're just going to tuck the tail. And so thinking about tucking the tail first this time, and then pull belly button to spine and around, pull those ribs back and look towards the lap. And then reach the sit bones behind us like you're going to try and spread them apart and lift the heart, wide collarbones and look up. And so I'm going to let you guys go back and forth with that like 5 or 6 times here and thinking about really pulling that belly in as you go into that cat position and lifting the heart and kind of stretching that front body as you go into the cow position. Good, shoulder blades back and down. And don't be afraid to use your hands to even pull yourself if you're able to give yourself a little bit more movement there. right? Just go for as big a movement as you can. Exaggerate a couple of, oh, that's beautiful, Sherry. Nice. Yes, you can do it with hands behind you too when you open up. So open up that chest. Yeah, you can open up that chest when you go into your extension. Nice. And sweet. Okay, last one. Let's go ahead and come back to your center spot. Nice. Okay, let's now just bring the shoulder blades back and down again on the spine. We'll bring the hands up onto the shoulders, onto the top of the shoulders. Squeeze the shoulder blades together here. We're gonna do some elbow circles. We're gonna inhale as we bring the arms forward and exhale as we bring them back. We're gonna start just back and forth. So inhale and exhale. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and down. Inhale, feel the shoulder. Filling up that space in between the shoulder blades. And then drawing that space down and together. Good, let's turn them into circles now. So arms go straight up and then squeeze the shoulder blades down and back as we circle. So I always imagine I got crayons on the end of my elbows or a paintbrush and I'm painting circles. We'll use erasable crayons. Mm-hmm. And then let's pause and we'll do 4 or 5 in the opposite direction. Make those circles as big as you can with the elbows, reaching the elbows out, up, forward, down. And nice, last one. Those always feel awesome. Okay, so we got those shoulder blades kind of warmed up. Let's do some scoops. So having your arms down, get my band out of the way there. Having your arms down alongside your body and your wheels there, and then just with a slight bend, right? Shoulder blades are gonna start kind of on the rib cage, and then we're gonna scoop, feel the shoulders come forward, like the shoulder blade is actually scooping, doing the same motion as your arm. So it's like this, and then pull the shoulder blade back and down to bring it back, and then scoop that shoulder blade forward. So actually, you know what, let's do one arm at a time. Let's do 3 with one arm at a time, and then we'll do 2 arms at a time. So choose an arm. Okay, and we're gonna scoop one arm up and then draw shoulder blade back and down and scoop it up. Feel that shoulder blade scoop into the lungs. And we'll do one more, scoop it. Good, and then we'll do the other side. We'll scoop it all face forward this time, scoop. Good, and scoop. Draw the shoulder blade down and scoop. So for some of us, it might be a lot easier to do one at a time, but let's go ahead and try both at the same time, scooping it up and drawing shoulder blades down and scooping it up. You have to use that corset a little bit more when you have both arms at the same time. Scoop. Let's do one more, scoop. Nice. And hi. Sorry, excuse me, I gotta close this door here. Sorry about that. Somehow my door got opened up. All right, so next let's bring our hands so that the palms are flat. The forearm, you have a 90-degree bend in your elbow. So we're like that. Get a little better. Good. So squeeze those shoulder blades back and down, and then we're just gonna pull the arms apart with that flat hand, and then control back to center. So pulling apart, we can inhale and exhale. Shoulder blades try and stay engaged as we bring the arms back to center. So I call these door openers, just giving you different views here. Open the door, good, and then close the door, good. The upper arm rotates, squeeze the elbows into your waistline. Squeeze the elbows into your waistline. Keep your heart lifted. Let's do one more here. Just really great again for the shoulders. Now we're gonna have palms face each other. And then we're gonna press apart. So pressing the outside of the arm, the outside of the hand against some resistance. Squeeze the shoulder blades back down and together. If you can't do this, you can do one at a time too, which maybe we will looks like you're all doing it. Good. And then palms down. So same thing, try and keep that top surface of your hand level now and open. And open. Having the elbows at the 90-degree angle and squeezing those elbows into your side. Squeeze them into your side. Pretend you're pulling a TheraBand apart. Pull. Good, one more time, pull. So it just activates those external rotators for the shoulder. Cool, good job. So now let's, again, bring the hands so that they're in that 90-degree angle. We're gonna squeeze let's squeeze the left elbow and stabilize it kind of into either the chair back or your waistline. And you're just gonna slide one hand straight forward and then slide it back. And we'll slide the other one straight forward and slide it back. So whichever arm is staying stable, you wanna really stabilize it. Think about that almost as being the working arm. So we're just getting ready to serve a tray with one hand. Yeah, one more time on this side. Now let's serve with both hands, and then pull both arms back in. Really feel the shoulder blades draw back and draw them together. Feel the span of the shoulder blades come together. Let's do like 4 more here. And one more. Beautiful. All right, let's go ahead now. Just bring the arms just out to the side alongside your TheraBand with palms up. And really working with your breath here. We're going to inhale, scoop everything up. Just start coming to the letter Y to start with, and then exhale, press down. Good. Like the winged wine opener that I always talk about. Press down. So inhale up. Exhale, grow taller. Imagine you're pressing against the resistance, right? Your head is the cork. It's going to just grow up taller. Let's now pulse our breath. So we're going to inhale up, inhale, and then exhale down, down. And hug your chair with your arms in here, okay? Hug and connect. So in, out, out, completely. In, out, out. Complete exhale. Moving against, like maybe you're moving in water. Let's do 3 breaths. So you're going to inhale. You're going to parse your inhale breath out for 3 counts, right? And try not to grab it all at once in that first count. So we're going to inhale, 2, 3, exhale, down, 3. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. Let's go for 4s. So now you really have to work with more controlling the breath, parsing that out 4 times and cutting up your arm movement into 4 pieces. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. One more, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4. Good. So, and when you're working with the arms, remember, you're really pretending you're moving against some kind of resistance. You're not just kind of floating them up and down. Want to get the most out of the movement. So great. Let's go ahead now and bring I'll mirror you guys. I know I haven't been doing that. So let's bring your right arm up. Stretch to the sky. Reach and touch the sky. You can, if you can, bring the arm in close to the ear even. And then we're going to side bend over. And then we're going to wrap that arm around the ear. Reach the elbow up to the sky. Try and touch the sky with the elbow. Good. And then unwrap. And then bring yourself back to center. And then inhale up. Touch the sky. Good. And if it's easier for you to wrap right here, then you can do that, or you can side bend first. Reaching through that arm and wrap. Reach that elbow, touch the sky with the elbow. And then unwrap and bringing it back. Good. Again, inhale up and exhale over. Think of lifting your waistline up and over and around something. Good. And reach. Good. And up and over. Reach that elbow. Nice. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add on to that. So up and over. Take a breath into that exposed side body. Okay, just breathe and see if you can open all of this area up more. And now you're going to reach that top hand a little further away from you and exhale, pull the elbow into the waist. And inhale, reach. Exhale, pull the elbow into the waist. Feel the shoulder blade reach down into the back hip pocket. And reach and pull it down into the back hip pocket. And reach one more time. Reach up to the ceiling, reach out to the sidewall to help bring you back up. So when we're doing that, thinking about, I know I've talked about this before, thinking about your body being in between two panes of glass and your arms are not going to break through the glass, right? So let's bring the other arm up, the left arm up. Reach to the sky and side bending over. Take a breath, just breathe into that rib cage, that left exposed rib cage. And then we're going to reach a little further and then exhale, pull that elbow into the waist. And we're going to inhale, reach and exhale, pull that elbow into the waist. So reach and pull and reach and squeeze that elbow into the waist one more time. Reach and then bring that hand up to the ceiling and then bring yourself back to center. Cool. You can kind of shake your shoulders out a little bit, do a little kind of shake it out. Good. You guys doing good? Awesome. All right, let's go ahead now, bring both hands like kind of jazz hands. Hands in front of you and spread hands. We're going to inhale, press the right hand kind of across the body and then pull it back. And then the left hand across the body and pull back. So inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. So we can let the eyes follow the hand, the moving hand. So let's do 3 more to each side. And I want to watch you guys. Good, like you're pressing against some resistance again. Push hard. You're pushing a rock away from you. It's a heavy rock. And then you're lowering it back. Good. And we're going to reach upwards. And we're going to reach upwards. Reach up. Reach up. Reach up. Reach up. Drawing that shoulder blade back and down. Nice. Let's do some just wrist circles. Kind of leading with the index finger even. And then the other way. Kind of leading with the pinky finger.
Sorry, what time are you done? Because it's just 5:30.
Oh, hold on, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't even recognize you.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I totally forgot.
That's okay, but I mean, how much longer?
5 minutes.
That's fine.
Sorry. I thought you were. I
No
did
worries.
not even recognize you. Sorry, little hang up there. We're back. Okay. So let's go ahead and bring. Where was I? Okay. Let's go ahead and bring the hands out to the side. And I'm going to give a close up of my hand because I really want you guys to work your hands here. So you're going to have both your hands kind of down at this angle. So you're reaching down, plug your shoulders in, plug your shoulder blades in. And then close up of the hand. I'm going to bring my hand out here so you guys can just see it. So right, reach through those fingertips, really stretch them. Good. And then pinky finger is going to reach towards the palm and then extend. And then ring finger, reach to the palm, press down, extend, really work hard to press down and drag it. And the index finger, press down and drag it. And then the thumb, press down and drag. So again, pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb, and again, pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb, and good. We can kind of shake out the arms now. Let's do a big shake, kind of let momentum kind of take them forward and then drop all the energy down into the floor. And you can let your torso go if you're able to do that without falling out of your chair. And let's do single arms. Nice. And we can do a little twist, little rotation. Beautiful. Okay, let's just do one big breath. Inhale, clap hands together, flip the palms, and then bend the elbows and flex the wrist, come down. Let's do 3 of those, so 2 more. Inhale. Good. And flex the wrist and the elbow. And 1 more time. Flex the wrist to come down. And nice. Let's bring the hands just together right in front. And spreading out the fingers. Pressing equal and evenly, opening the chest as you press the hands, lifting the heart, stretching the crown of the head to the ceiling. Good. And we're just going to slide the hands down, keeping the palms together, and then back up. And slide the hands down, keeping the palms together, and back up. 1 more time. Palms down. Good. And then can we flip your hands this direction? Good. And then palm the wrists up. And then sliding down. Good. Wrists up. Shoulder blades stay drawn together as the hands go up. Good. 1 more time. And then we'll go ahead and come to just finished right there. thank you all very much. And hopefully you guys can thank your own body. Give yourself a little loving after taking care of yourself. Does anybody have any questions that you'd like to bring up? Good.
I feel great. This just feels wonderful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. It's such